All right, all right. Well, let's get this call started here. Good evening, everybody. David Imonitie here, calling in from Houston, Texas. Super excited to be on the seven-figure mentorship call. This is the call that happens every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. This is where you either have Alex Morton, who's the Executive Vice President of Sales, on one of the many six and seven figure income earners that we have, majority of them seven figure income earners in the time span that they have been involved in this industry of network marketing, coming on these calls and really sharing with you from their experience how you can go out and really build a huge business here, ladies and gentlemen. So extremely excited to be on this call tonight. I'm going to be joined tonight by the Executive Vice President of Sales, Alex Morton, and the Vice President of Sales, Yvonne Tapia. We're going to be joined by them on this call tonight. But just to give you guys some quick updates, obviously we're coming to the end of the year. Isn't that amazing that 2018 is almost done? And at the end of every year, I always do a plan, do review, and really see how the year went. What could we have done better? What did we do great? And how can we take it to the next level in 2019? And that's what we've been doing the whole entire month of November. And we've got things already in place for 2019 that is going to allow us to create more growth. I don't believe this company is in momentum yet. There are a lot of things that we've got to tighten up from a corporate standpoint. There's a lot of things you got to tighten up from a field standpoint, because this is a relationship, ladies and gentlemen. When you're looking to build a billion-dollar company, there's this relationship that exists between the corporate side of a company and the field side of a company. And once you have a cohesive movement and in the right direction on both sides, that's when you can really start momentum. I believe that this company has been able to grow in spite of the many different challenges that we face on the corporate side and even on the field side. And I'm going to touch on some of those things here tonight, so kind of give you some clarity on how you can move forward to still be focused on your goals, your dreams, and not just focus on it, but actually go out there and accomplish those goals and the dreams that you have for yourself. All right, we're going to really talk about that. But I want to do some quick updates. We've got events that are happening even to close out this year. I know we've got a big event happening in Trinidad where Christopher Terry is going to be there. Matt Rose is going to be there. Jason Brown is going to be there. And obviously Gary and Talitha McSwain are hosting that event. And all of Trinidad and Tobago, probably a lot of the Caribbean, will be at that event. That's going to be happening December 13th. And then to start off the year, we've got the women's event that's taking place with Isis Villatory hosting that. That is specifically just for women. Chris will be doing some trading sessions over there as well. And then we've got the kickoff event for the year. If you're really looking to go and build a business, if you're looking to actually grow and create momentum in your business, you want to be at this event right here. This is Go Beyond, IML Go Beyond. This is going to be happening January the 18th and the 19th. It's a two-day event in Atlanta, Georgia. We have early bird tickets available. They're completely sold out. Tickets are down $97. You can actually get physical tickets from your upline chairman that's actually promoting for this event. It's going to be absolutely incredible. As you see here, we've got Alex Morton going to be there, Yvonne Tapia, myself. We got a host of different chairmen from all around the world that will be there. It is going to be off the chain. We've got Jason Brown is going to be there. Matthew Rose is going to be there. Julian Kushner is going to be there. So massive amount of growth is going to come out of that event. And all roads are leading to Las Vegas. That is where we're going to have IML Unleashed. And I know Christopher Terry is not holding back any expense to make the Las Vegas event an amazing event, one of the greatest events that the corporate side of this business has actually put together. That is going to be IML Unleashed. So make sure you get your tickets there as well, because that's going to be the big seller. That's where we're expecting anywhere from 7,000 to 10,000 people to be at that event. That's going to be an international event that's going to happen in March. So what I've learned, ladies and gentlemen, in my 14 years that I've been involved in this industry, is that what you do at the end of the year and really how you plan and how you set the right expectations for the next year, a lot of times it will determine how well your year goes, how great your year goes. And then what you do the first quarter is so critical towards your success. But you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. You got to have a goal actually going into 2019. So that's what we're going to talk about on this call. It's going to be somewhat interactive. I'm going to be interactive with you, and I'm also going to be interactive with Alex and Yvonne once they actually jump on this call. But I want to kind of lay the foundation here for tonight's call. And what I want you to do is I want you to give yourself a gift on this call tonight and really set the right expectations. I want you to have a high level of expectation of what you're going to receive on this call. I will tell you that this call is going to be a little bit what I would call no holds barred. I'm going to treat each and every one of you on this call like you have made a decision that you actually one day want to become a seven-figure earner in the industry of network marketing. Well, to do that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about on an annual basis. There's a mental toughness that you got to have. There's a thick skin that you're going to have to develop. And sometimes, not all the time, you need to hear the pure, unadulterated truth about what it's really going to take for you to become successful. You're not going to become a chairman 50. You're not going to become a chairman 100 or 250 or 500, not really knowing what the full price is. I kind of, put it like this. If you're going into battle and you got some intel that said the other army that you were going to fight, they had 10,000 men. And so if you found that out and you said, okay, they got 10,000 men, we're going to take 15,000. And that was the intel that you got. That was the information that you got. And then you come to find out when it's time for the battle, you come to find out that they don't have 10,000, they have 50,000, right? They have 50,000, right, people on their side, but you only showed up with 15,000. Why? Because you got the wrong information, you got the wrong intel. Well, I don't want to sugarcoat it, and we're not going to sugarcoat it tonight. Myself, Yvonne, and Alex, we're going to give you the raw, unadulterated truth. And if it offends you, that's okay. Okay, I would rather be offended and know what it's really going to take than for me to go into battle thinking that I've got the upper hand, and then come to find out I haven't done everything that's necessary for me to actually win this battle. Because make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, this is a war. You are in the war of your life. You're in the battle of your life right now when it comes to financial freedom. And financial freedom is all relative. All right, it's all relative. There's some people earning $100,000 a year would be financial independence for them. Some people $100,000 a month. Some people $100,000 a week. Some people $100,000 a day. Some people, $100,000 a minute. It doesn't really matter. You're going to have to decide what financial independence means to you, and you're going to have to understand that there is a war, and that war is up here. It is in your mind. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right. If you win the battle up here, you're going to win the battle in your life. All right. So here's how I want to start this call tonight. All right. You got the right expectation. You got a high level of expectation. I'm going to receive something on this call tonight that is going to take my business to the next level. Okay. Now, I've already made a decision that this is the vehicle that I'm going to utilize to create residual income. The beautiful part about iMarkets Live is that we have another way. We have another opportunity that we've watched now hundreds, thousands of people take advantage of and become financially free through learning how to actually trade within the foreign exchange market and within the cryptocurrency market. That's the beauty of iMarkets Live. But the network marketing piece is still there. And we're going to talk about why it's still there. Why does IML exist from a network marketing side? And obviously, we know why it exists as far as people learning the skill set that's now completely set them free. All right, completely set them free from doing anything. All right, they can be at home, they can trade from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m., right? Make a few $1 million and then go back to sleep. All right, we're watching people do this right now every single day. It's absolutely remarkable what IML has been able to open the eyes of so many people all around the world to be able to accomplish. Okay, so I'm going to open up this call to you. All right, to you that's actually listening in, and I want you to put in the chat because see, iMarkets Live. All right, iMarkets Live has a goal. Okay, and IML's goal is to empower. Okay, and guys, there's a reason why it's in this order. I know I see some people put it in different orders. No, this is the order in which the vision was actually created. It is first to empower people, all right, and then it is to enrich them, and then it's to educate, all right. And the emphasis is on educate, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we want to empower you mentally. We want to enrich you with the possibilities of what really can happen in the world of Forex. But more importantly, we really want to educate you. All right. And what's the goal for IML? This is IML's goal. This is iMarkets Live goal. This is Christopher Terry's goal. This is his vision. All right. This is what he wants to accomplish. This is his goal. All right. It's not your goal. That is his goal. So there are going to be certain things that he's going to have to do that is going to allow the company to accomplish the goal of empowering, enriching 1 million customers. All right. This is why IML exists. All right. 1 million customers. All right. Can I spell customers anymore? Okay. All right. All right. 1 million customers. All right. Now, within IML's goal, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to create your own goal. So all these different is everybody that's listening, all right? This is what your goal is. The goal, the vision of IML is big enough for you to accomplish your goal, okay? The goal of iMarkets Live is big enough for everybody on this line to accomplish their goal. Now, we're going to specifically focus on 2019. All right. So what I want you to do real quickly in the chat, you should have already done this before. If you've ever listened to some of my trainings, I encourage people to write their goal in the month of November. Okay. What's your goal for 2019? So I want you to put in the chat. Okay. Right now, I want you to put in the chat, what is your goal for 2019? What are you looking to accomplish for 2019? I want you to put in the chat, what is your specific goal? What is your definitive purpose? What are you going to accomplish in 2019? I want you to put that in the chat group there. All right. Now, it could be an income goal. It could be a rank goal. Whatever that is, I want you to put it in the chat. See Champion 50 up there. Put it in the chat. What is your specific goal of what you're going to accomplish? All right. Appreciate all of you guys doing that. All right. Some of you have a trading goal, the amount of income that you want to earn. Some of you want to retire from your job. Okay. All right. So we got the IML goal. All right. Now, within that IML goal, right now is to create 500 chairmen. Okay. 500 chairmen. So let's talk about your goal here. Now, for majority of you that's on this call, more than likely, all right, you have not hit the $10,000 a month mark. Okay, the $10,000 a month mark means that you are at least a chairman 10. All right, in iMarkets Live. So let's just say, for the sake of this example, you can put anything you want to put in here, whatever your goal is. But I'm just going to use $10,000 per month. All right, I'm going to use $10,000 per month. So this is your goal, all right, for 2019. That in 2019, before the year closes out, I will be one of the 500. Now, we have close to 200, so the goal is to create another 300. All right, another 300 plus chairmen in this company. So this is the focus for tonight. Okay, that is your goal. This is your goal for 2019. Okay. All right. Now, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to write this down. This needs to be an obsession. Okay. You've got to be obsessed with actually becoming a chairman. All right. Now, I'm kind of giving you the foundation for what we're going to talk about. All right. This is a desire. All right. As a matter of fact, this is a burning desire. Okay. All right. This is your focus. All right. This is what you are. This is what you're aiming for. This is your target. Okay. This is your target. Now, what is it going to take? Now, remember, you can put anything in the circle. I'm just using $10,000 a month as an example because I think this should be the first goal for any entrepreneur to get to. Say, okay, I want to be a six-figure earner. I want to earn 5 figures per month. I want to be at $10,000 per month. That's why we have the Chairman 10 level. Okay, so I'm just using this as an example. It could be $100,000 a month. It doesn't matter. All right. What is it going to take for you to accomplish this goal? All right, that's the question. David, I want the truth. Tonight, I want the truth. What is it really going to take for me to actually get to this goal? So tonight, I'm going to give you the facts. Okay? Now, in Amway, they had a saying in Amway. All right, I think it was either Bill Britt or Dexter Yeager. All right? He said, one of them said, the facts don't matter. All right? When you have a goal. All right? The facts don't matter. The facts don't count. All right? Well, they were right. I'm never going to say Dexter was wrong or Bill was wrong. But tonight's call, I'm telling you that these facts do matter. Okay? If you're going to accomplish your goal of $10,000 a month, if you're going to accomplish your goal of $100,000 a month, and once again, IML doesn't make any guarantees whatsoever that you're going to earn this type of income. We're sharing with you if this is something you desire for yourself, what is it really going to take for you to get there? Okay? Now, the facts do matter when it comes to you accomplishing this particular goal that you have for 2019. All right? I'm going to give you the truth. Alex is going to give you the truth. Alex, Yvonne, if you guys are on already, we want the pure, unadulterated truth on this call tonight so people know really what it's going to take, okay? The facts do matter. So what does the F mean? If you're going to accomplish, and notice there's a big if. There's an if IML is going to get to 1 million customers. There's a big if. All right? There's no guarantees here. In business, there's no guarantees. All right? If we don't do what we're supposed to do, if we don't do what we're supposed to do in a timely manner, ladies and gentlemen, it won't happen. It's just a matter of fact. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, if you don't do what is necessary in order for you to get 10 grand a month, 10 grand a week, 10 grand a day, whatever it is, it's not going to happen. Period. In the story. You play a part in the miracle process. Jim Rohn taught me that years ago. All right. The first letter, this F right here, you're going to have a tremendous amount of focus. All right. You're going to have to develop. And notice I use the word develop, a tremendous amount of focus. Because depending on how big the goal is, all right, Christopher Terry, Isis Delatorre, Alex Morton, Yvonne Tapia, Jason Brown, all right, whoever's on the corporate side, for them to accomplish the goal of 1 million customers, it is going to take a tremendous amount of focus on their part to actually get it done. All right? For you, and this call is to hold everybody accountable. Everybody, we're all in the same boat here. No one is better than any other person. We all have a responsibility here if we're going to accomplish the ultimate goal. All right? And notice I'm saying if. All right? If. It is what it is. There's no guarantees whatsoever. All right? If you're going to accomplish the goal of $10,000 a month, if you're going to accomplish the goal $10,000 a week, it is going to take a tremendous amount of focus. Now, your focus is being fought over, okay? There are two things that are fighting for your focus, all right? Here's the deal. You have distractions, okay? You can write this down. You have distractions, all right? And over here, you have your goals. All right? You have two things that are fighting for your focus. Your distractions and your goals. Now, This doesn't mean that if you have challenges, which are distractions, that you are aloof, that you're carefree, and that you just live like, oh, lottie dottie dottie dottie, whatever. It's just all gonna work out, and you just dance and everything is fun and dandy. No, that's not. That's sorry, that doesn't work like that. Okay, distractions on one side, goals on the other side. Okay, your focus is fighting for this. Now, what determines, all right, what determines how a person is focused are a few things. All right, number one, write this down. What are you thinking about? Okay, what are you thinking about? Your focus, are you thinking about your goals all the time, or are you thinking about the distractions? Okay, we know what the goal is. You got the goal written down in this circle right here. 10 grand a month, 10 grand a week, whatever it is. The distractions, all right? We know what the distractions are, right? We've been through many of those distractions. Distractions with the back office, okay? Right? Distractions with paylution, okay? Whatever those distractions are, all right? You've got to make a decision. What am I going to be constantly thinking about? It's not ignoring the challenges. It's not ignoring the distractions. It's saying, okay, this is what the challenge is. How quickly can I get this challenge to the powers that be and let them focus on getting it fixed? Because here's the deal. You don't have any control over the distractions. Distractions will always come. You have no control over that. You only have control over your goals. That's what I have control over. I have no control over what Chris Terry does from a corporate standpoint. I have no control over what ISIS does. I have no control over what Jason Brown does, none whatsoever. When I get a challenge, when I get a situation, I immediately take it to the powers that be. Who is the person that has the authority? Who is the person that can fix this particular challenge as quickly as possible? All right? That's how you want to handle those challenges. Some of you are going to have challenges within your business. You're going to have challenges within, building with certain leaders. How quickly do you take that information to your upline? How quickly do you take that information to the powers that be to get the advice and get the instructions that you need versus letting those distractions harbor and grow and fester? All right? Because, ladies and gentlemen, your focus is being fought for, and it's being fought for through your thinking. Am I constantly thinking about the problems? Am I constantly thinking about, oh, my Paylution account got locked out? Here's the deal. If your goal is to get to $10,000 a month, or your goal is to get to $100,000 a month, you say, okay, I'm locked out of Paylution. All right, who do I need to talk to? I need to get the validation. Paylution needed all of these individuals to validate their account. Let me make sure that I send in the right information so I can get it unlocked as quickly as possible. Because IML has paid the commissions out, right? Paylution had to do their validation process. Fantastic. But my goal is $100,000 a month. My goal is $10,000 a month, right? Am I going to let that particular distraction completely cause me to lose my emotional balance to where now I lose focus on where it is that I'm going? Is it tough? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. Is it easy? No. But is it necessary in order for you to get to your goals? Yes. Because no matter what vehicle that you're in, doesn't matter what you're doing, doesn't matter what industry you're in, if you're going to win the championship, you're going to go through some tough times. You're going to go through some distractions. It's just what it is. There's nothing you can do about that. Okay? So you're constantly thinking about it. Now, what's going to happen if you're constantly thinking about something, you're eventually going to be talking about it all the time. All right? You're going to be talking about it all the time. So if you're talking about the distractions all the time, it's because that's what you're thinking about all the time. All right? It's not that you don't address them. It's not that you're quiet about them. Don't be quiet about any challenge that comes up. You take it to the powers that be and see how we can get that thing fixed as quickly as possible. All right? So you're talking about it all the time, and immediately what happens when you're talking about it, you're hearing it. All right? You're hearing it all the time. Okay? Your focus is being fought for. And these first three things, ladies and gentlemen, it's what's going to determine what you're focused on. Are you going to be focused on your distractions or your goal? All right, you're hearing all the time. Four, what happens is now you start seeing it all the time. Because now you're attracting it. You're attracting it through the images that you're holding in your mind. You're attracting it through your words that you're creating by opening your mouth and you're talking about it. And the moment you talk about it, guess what? Your ears are working at the same time. And it's hearing, and more faith gets built up, more fear gets built up. Is this really going to work? And guess what? You now start seeing the fallout. You start seeing the attrition. You start seeing people quit and quit and quit and quit and quit and quit and quit. And you wonder, why is that happening? Why is that happening? I'll tell you why. It's because of the distractions. It's because of the challenges. If there were no challenges, if there were no distractions, then everybody would just stay active. I was talking with some leaders, some chairmen, and they were talking to me about attrition. And attrition happens to be one of the four mental enemies that you're going to go through in this business. I can't wait to have 1 million people quit on me. I want you to think about that. I can't personally wait to have 1 million customers quit. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if 1 million customers quit, that means 1 million customers have to join my business. All right? So I had to train myself to think this way because years ago, I used to get bogged down with people quitting my business. It used to discourage me. It used to cause me to go into a funk. But I had to trick my mind into thinking, well, you know what? I really do want them to quit. You know what? I really do want millions of people to quit. Because if millions of people quit, that means millions of people had to join. And I got paid on those millions of people. Okay, good. That makes sense. Now, that may sound crazy to you, but that's what I had to tell myself. And this is what I said to these chairmen. I said, if everybody in your group was active, what rank would you be? They were chairman 10s. Okay. I said, if everybody in your group was active, what rank would you be? Oh man, we'll be chairman 25. We'll be chairman 25. Maybe going chairman 50. I said, okay, it's good. I said, okay, so let's say everybody is active. Would you still need to put new people in the business? Yeah. So you would still need to go out and do what was necessary to continue to build your business, whether all of them were active or not active. Yeah. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Everybody can't be active. No business is where everybody's active. None. There's not one business where everybody's active. Even your phone service, you would think everybody should have an active phone. Everybody's not active. Some people cut this service is not working right now. Everybody is not going to be active. So if you want to put 5,000 people in the business, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? What if I told you that to have 5,000 active, you would probably need to have put 9,000 to 10,000 people in the business? Would that scare you? Well, man, David, I thought if I put 5,000 people in, all 5,000 people would be active. See, you got the wrong intel. You got the wrong information. Wrong. For IML to get to 1 million customers active, we're probably going to put 2 million to 2.5 million. Because guess what? Some of them are going to be knocked out by the distractions. Some of them are going to be knocked out by this not working and that not working and this not being perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not a perfect IBO. You're not the ultimate IBO, right? You're not the ultimate customer if you're a customer listening in right now. But we want the company to be ultimate. We want Christopher Terry to be ultimate. We want everybody to just operate at this level. Well, ask yourself this question. What level are you operating at? All right, this is a leadership call. All right, this is a leadership call. And if you made the decision that this is what you want to do, this is what you want to build, I'm just giving you the truth, okay? So you're going to be thinking about it all the time, talking about it all the time, hearing it, seeing it, and then here's what's going to happen, and this is where the trouble happens. You're going to feel it. All right? You're going to feel it. And we're all human, so we go through this. All right? But what I do when I'm feeling like that, hey, listen, Alex, here's what the issue is. All right? My solution is we need to get someone who has the experience, all right, who has the experience on the corporate side that we can trust, that can handle, right? Christopher Terry has brought in Jason Brown, promoted him within, right? Said, hey, okay, Jason, you become the vice president of the field development. And guys, he's doing a heck of a job. He is answering thousands of emails every single day. He's juggling this, juggling that, and guess what? He's looking to bring on more people, looking to bring on more people into the corporate side, right? Got to be patient. You got to give it grace, just like we've got to be patient with you to get to $10,000 a month or to get to $100,000 a month or $500,000. It's just what it is. Now, sometimes we do get impatient. Sometimes we do want it to happen right now, which is understandable, right? Because this is very time sensitive. I get that, all right? But at the same time, am I going to allow my distractions to completely change my emotional state? Now, I may be distracted 4 or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I may feel it for 10, 15 minutes. But how quickly can I snap back into it? All right? Now, I want to bring Alex on because, Alex, I've watched you now for the last 2 years. Okay? Hopefully Alex, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yup.
All right. Alex, I've watched you over the last 2 years now tirelessly work, okay? Maybe you and Yvonne are probably the ones that I know that have the greatest work ethic ever. But I've watched you, even through all the distractions, maintain a certain level of focus when it comes to the goals that you have for this business. If you can, I want you to kind of touch on this first aspect right here. What are some of the things that you do, all right? Because I know we're going to talk about action next, okay? But what are some of the things that you have done to really, really make sure that you stay focused on the task at hand, even with everything that's going on in your life right now and in IML?
Amazing. Well, David, thanks for having me on. My man, excited to be here. Just got back to Vegas. First time I'm home 7 weeks. So excited to be here for Thanksgiving week. And, I love this time of year because it really separates people that are serious and people that are really just, curious about success. And what I mean by that is that, November, December, a lot of companies, a lot of distributors, a lot of leaders, they really take a back seat and they say, well, we'll get started January 1. We'll write down some goals. We'll get fired up again. We'll go out there and crush it, in the next year. And the people that take now serious, like right now, moving forward, yes, family is important. Yes, Christmas and, Hanukkah and Thanksgiving, but the people that can focus and get obsessed right now, whatever seeds you plant right now, you're going to reap. You're going to reap these results and the rewards of being obsessed and focused, you guys, in the first quarter of 2019. So what I can tell you is that, obviously we've gone through some challenges. Everybody goes through personal challenges, business challenges, across the board. And, I've been in the industry now for almost 8 years. And what I've learned to do is, number one, control my emotions. I see people, post their emotions all over Facebook and Instagram and, Twitter and complain and do all these different things. And what you got to understand is that whatever you think about, like David said, whatever we think about, comes about most of the time. And a lot of people look for the perfect script, the perfect invite, the perfect this, the perfect that. But if you don't have this right, if you don't have, the 6 inches in between your ears accurately programmed for massive success, it's going to be very difficult for you to get there. So the way that I stay focused, the way that I do my best with distractions, everybody gets distracted. I am not perfect. Yvonne is not perfect. Jason and Matt, they're not perfect. David is not perfect, right? But we can always get better. We can always stay more focused. So what I really do is I focus on the long term. I focus on the 5 years down the road, and I focus on what I can control. Like there's certain situations that I personally, physically cannot control. So if I cannot fix it myself, if I cannot control it right now, immediately, I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on what I can do to produce, what I can do to yield positive results, in the organization, right? In the company. So you guys have got to learn to focus on the long-term vision. You have to be able to fall in love with the process and understand that everything has ebbs and flows. Everything, goes up and then it goes down. Look at Bitcoin right now. The sucker continues to go down, right? And then it's probably going to go back up in 2019. So everything goes through ups and downs. But what I've done is I just stay busy. I would tell you that I I just stay busy. I say, you know what? If there's situations, if this group's complaining or this leader's making excuses, okay, I'm going to go find a new leader. I'm going to go work a new line of business. I'm going to go find another line of momentum, and then I'm going to power down and I'm going to build through the organization anyway. You know, one of my mottos is do it anyway. And if you just do it anyway, no matter what, you know, you're going to prevail. You know, there's only two ways you quote unquote fail in iMarkets Live and you don't hit your goals. Number one, you do nothing. All of you right now, you know, approaching 1,000 live callers just on the Zoom line right now, you're already doing something. And number two, you give up, you know, you quit. As long as you show up and you take notes and you always learn, you stay humble and you stay focused. Like David said, you got to stay focused, and you got to stay focused for long periods of time, right? People ask David, you know, what's the one secret? What's the one thing? Can he just give me the secret? The secret is staying focused, not for a day, not for a week, not for a month. You guys want to make 7-figure incomes. It's years and it's years and it's years. Yeah.
And, you know, Alex, you just brought up a great point, because this is a goal for 2019. They put it in the chat what their goal was for 2019. And this is something you got to do for the whole entire year. This is not something you do for a week. This is not something you do for a month. If your goal for 2019 is to get to $10,000 a month, or your goal is to get to $100,000 a month, whatever it is, then you got to stay focused, all right, throughout the whole entire year. Another thing Alex said, and I want you guys to write this down, is to say, well, how do you stay focused? He stays focused through action.
Yep.
He is constantly in activity mode. All right. This is not happening. That is not happening. People are quitting the business. This leader goes and joins another company. Never send any negative energy towards that. Always send them out in love. But guess what? I can control my activity. I can control my actions. All right. Now, there's activity. There's two parts to activity that you can control. One part, which helps with your focus, is personal self-development. Personal self-development, ladies and gentlemen. This is extremely critical to your goal in 2019. What are you doing to grow you? Because growing you personally is what's going to allow you to be able to handle these distractions that happen in your business. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have distractions in your organization and building your team as a leader. You're going to have distractions. You're going to have challenges from the corporate side of things. This is not, no one is ever like to blame. All right. Understand what I'm saying. You're going to have challenges in your business. I've had challenges as a leader in my business. You're going to have challenges with things on the corporate side of the business. But what can you control? You can control how you focus on your goals. You can actually control your actions through your personal self-development. All right, through your personal self-development. And I've watched Yvonne and Monica over the last 2 years. Well, now, not over the last 2 years, probably over the last 7 years, that we've had a chance to work together. Prior, not as close, now very close. I've watched them focus on growing themselves personally. They flew out to Fiji, spent 7 to 10 days out there with Tony Robbins. Why? Because they want to grow personally. Because the goal that he has for himself to impact 1 billion people, guess what? He's going to have to deal with many distractions. He's going to have to deal with many challenges that come up. But he's got to grow who he is as an individual. He's got to grow who he is as a leader in order to handle those challenges. And then obviously, you're going to have to prospect. You're going to have to present, and you're going to have to promote for big events. That's from an action standpoint. I'm going to come back on and really talk about that. But I know Yvonne is on the call. Yvonne, I want you to take this topic right here, because you and Alex are probably ones that work extremely, extremely hard, not just on the physical aspect of activity, but you've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on personal growth, on personal self-development. Why is that so critical for people to have personal self-development and have the activity in order for them to accomplish their obsession, their goal for 2019? So Yvonne, take it away.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you, David, for having me on the call. It's a pleasure to be here in the Millionaire Mentorship Call for iMarket Live. We just finished the Spanish version of it, but I'm so excited to be here and actually not only listening to you, but actually studying everything that you're talking about. I guess the biggest thing, and now listening to Alex also, is to always be a student. Always be a student all the time, 100%. You know, King Solomon said that the one thing he asked for to God, it was knowledge. That was the one thing he asked. He asked for knowledge. He didn't ask for having the biggest business. He did not ask for money. He did not ask for a big car. He asked for knowledge. And what I guess the biggest thing in my life is to have knowledge and to learn from the people that have the knowledge and who have the results. Because listening to Tony Robbins, if you have the knowledge but if you don't have the result, it's not really a person you want to follow. So that one of the biggest things that has helped me personally throughout my career is I'm not gonna ever forget. I was just talking about this topic actually in the Spanish one. In 2011, I made a decision to follow mentors 1,000%, to be teachable and coachable 1,000%. And what I mean with that is the four level of consciousness, right? The first level is to be, it's basically in English. I'm translating right now from Spanish to English right now. So it's unconsciously incompetent. And then the second one is consciously incompetent. So what I'm saying is I always stayed on step 2. I'm consciously incompetent. That means I know that I don't know. That's the one step I make sure to be in. I know that I do not know. I do not know everything, right? So I always need to be in step 1 in knowledge level. So I'm always trying to get near Tony Robbins. I'm always trying to get near, for example, right now, Grant Cardone. I'm always trying to get near those people who have the biggest results and that I want to obtain. And in order to get them, I need to get their knowledge. I need to get their thinking behind it. How they think, how they feel about stuff, how they feel about different business, how they feel about people, organizations, leading people, and how do they lead themselves into that. So I'm really learning a lot about that. That's my focus 1,000% really. And I don't worry about investing money into events, into my mind, because I know that everything, every penny that is gonna be invested in my mind, I know it's gonna be multiplied by 1,000 or 10,000 or 1,000,000 times more. That value of information that I'm gonna gather from those leaders. So I never worry about the amount of money I'm investing. I remember I used to worry. One of the things that really helped me a lot, I remember when we made our first million in network marketing, I remember big time one of the guys who was next to me, he told me, do you know why you made $1 million? He asked me. And I'm like, I don't know. Why do you think? I remember I asked that question innocently. I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know. I follow instructions. I follow the system. And he looked at me in my eye. And he said, his answer was, exactly. You don't know what you're doing. You just follow instructions. And I was like, do you know what you're doing? It's like, bro, every time they tell me what to do, I double think it or triple think it. Why am I doing this? And I was looking at him, and I was like, that's interesting. I don't. I always give the benefit of the doubt to the leader or to the mentor that I'm following, that if he's saying it, there's a reason why. So I just don't ask questions. I just do. And if you don't understand, you just do. That was the way I understood the whole topic. So it was interesting because after he said that, I now needed to reprogram myself into now basically saying I still don't know everything. I still need to program myself that I don't know everything, that I still need to follow people, and I still need to be very humble, because the reality is that we are where we are, not because that we are so great or we're so amazing. It is a whole, everything gets together and aligned in a beautiful place, in a beautiful time. That's what happens. iMarket Live, exactly what has happened. Alex Morton, David Imonitie, Chris Terry, Isaiah Torre, Jason, Matt, all the leaders just getting aligned at the same time. And so I'm always very humble and just always learning from the people. And it doesn't matter into my mind how much does it actually cost me. And one sentence, one phrase that actually helps me a lot, and I heard this from Tony Robbins, is you don't survive. I'm translating again because everything I write right now, but I'm taking notes. I always take notes, guys. Right now, check this out. I'm taking notes, guys. Every time I'm taking notes, I'm writing in my cell phone or whatever. And he always says, I don't survive. I prepare myself. So check this out. I don't survive. I prepare myself. A lot of people just try to survive throughout throughout the process of being successful, throughout the process of achieving their dreams and goals. And you don't survive throughout the process. You prepare yourself throughout the process. So when you achieve the Sherman, guess what? Now you have prepared yourself for much bigger goals, for much bigger dreams than you ever imagined. So I think that's my biggest thing, David.
You know, Yvonne, you said a whole lot there. And I think what most people need to understand was your willingness to invest. Because when it comes to action, all it really is, it's an investment of time, it's an investment of resources. Because personal self-development for us in the very beginning started out with buying a book. It started out with buying an audio. It started out with probably even going on YouTube and watching videos for free. But as you continue to grow, as you continue to have that information sink into your mind and you start to develop yourself as a leader, and I'm going to give you 2 lanes that you want to focus on when it comes to personal self-development. You want to develop your ability to believe in yourself and in others, and you want to develop your ability to lead. All right. So I'm gonna. There's so many teachers out there. All right. And I'll tell you from my experience. Okay. From a belief standpoint, you've got so many people. Right. One of the ones that I followed for many years is Bob Proctor. From a leadership standpoint, John C. Maxwell. You take that information, grows you personally, grows your belief, and then John C. Maxwell stuff, developing the leader within you, developing leaders around you. That allows you to grow as a leader because you don't know what you don't know. That's what Yvonne was telling me. You don't know what you don't know. So you've got to remain a student. You've got to remain humble. This is what he was sharing with you. You've got to remain humble and say, okay, how can I learn? It's the same thing with trading, right? It's the same thing with trading. Who are you learning from? All right, who is it on IML TV that you've locked in on that really resonates with you, that you're learning their strategies, you're learning the tools that they're utilizing, you're learning how they analyze the markets so you can get the same results that they get. When I talk to people that have earned 7 figures in trading, one of the greatest products that they talk about is IML TV. And they're still on IML TV. They're still willing to take the action of learning. Now, when it comes to building your business, ladies and gentlemen, there's no getting around this. I want you to listen to me very closely. This is the ultimate truth right here. You're going to have to talk to a lot of people. Let me get closer to the camera. You're going to have to talk to a lot of people. If you're going to get to $10,000 a month, let me tell you this. You will talk to more people, hear me, to get to $10,000 a month than you will ever talk to when you get to $1 million a year. You will talk to more people on your way to $10,000 a month than when you get to millionaire status. See, most people want to get to millionaire status, but there's hell you have to pay before you get there. You understand what I'm telling you? You don't go through heaven to earn $1 million a year. You don't. It doesn't happen overnight. All right. For most people, it doesn't happen within their first 3 years in network marketing, within their first 5 years in network marketing. Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, a lot of the leaders, they are special. They are very, very different. It doesn't happen that quickly. For 99% of people that get involved in network marketing, it doesn't happen that quickly. I think Alex got there when he was maybe 24 years old. I think I was like 3-4 years. These guys, they're from another planet. All right, they're miracles. All right. For me, all right, it took me 7 years. All right. It's going to take years. You're going to have to talk to a lot of people. You're going to have to prospect, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to get to $10,000 a month, you got to set a goal of how many people are you going to prospect every single day. At least 6 times a week. You should be out shaking hands. All right? Shaking hands with someone. Hi, my name is John. Hi, my name is Susan. Hi, my name is David. Every single day. If you are in personal self-development, and if you're focused on your goals, your mind will direct you to the people you need to talk to. That voice will tell you, talk to her. You'll be at a gas station, and the voice will tell you, talk to that person. And if you're in personal self-development, if you're in personal growth, ladies and gentlemen, that person will be right for your business. Every single day, for years, I would say probably for the first 5 years that I was involved in network marketing, every single day, those are 2 things that I did every single day. Prospect, personal self-development. Because I wanted to quit every day. Every night. When I was living with my dad on that twin-size bed, I wanted to quit every single night. But what would keep me going was the personal self-development that I was putting in there. David, keep going. David, you're 3 feet away from goal. All right? David, you're the head, not the tail. David, it's going to work. David, telling myself over and over and over and over again. Go out there, get wrong numbers. Go out there, get stood up for presentations. Come back the next day. Come back the next day. Personal growth. You're going to have to talk to a lot of people. A lot of people. Guess what? Guess what you're also going to have to do? You're going to have to do a lot of presentations. I know presentation can be a curse word, but sorry, you've got to do a lot of presentations. A lot. How many? However many it takes. How many presentations should I do, David? However many it takes for you to get to $10,000 a month. How many presentations do I need to do? What type of presentations do I need to do? Let's see. You can do one-on-one sit-downs. Write this down. You can do 2-on-1 sit-downs where you and your upline sit down with a prospect. Okay? You can give out the online presentation. You can do Zoom presentations. You can do home presentations. That right there, that's where you stop. You've got to develop yourself doing one-on-one sit-downs, 2-on-1 sit-downs, online presentations, Zoom presentations, home presentations. That's where you stop. The hotel meetings, that's after. That's after you've done those 5 things. Right? Because if you're not in people's homes and you're not talking to 2, 3, 4, 5 people at a time, why should we put you in front of a room of 50 people or 100 people or 200 people? Right? I did home meeting after home meeting after home meeting after home meeting after home meeting, sit down after sit down after sit down after sit down after sit down before I did my first hotel meeting. And when I did the hotel meeting, ladies and gentlemen, I must have said okay 1,000 times. After every sentence, I said okay. Right? I was in prepaid legal, right? You guys want to get a membership? Okay. I kept saying okay over and over and over again. Now we don't say okay as much. Why? Because it's been done over and over and over and over again. I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to have to do, are you ready for this? If you want to get to 7 figures, thousands of presentations. How about that? Thousands, ladies and gentlemen. You got to know that. I'm just giving you the truth. Tonight, I want you to make the decision. Do I really want this? Like, you got to really ask yourself that, right? Like, I pledged the fraternity, right? And I tell you, you sure you want to do this? Are you really sure you want to put yourself through this? Now, I know it's worth it. Alex will tell you that it's worth it, right? Yvonne will tell you that it's worth it. Matt will tell you that it's worth it, right? All these leads, they'll tell you that it's worth it. But are you really sure you want to go through this? Because you're gonna have to do you're gonna have to hear so many no's. Oh my God. You're gonna literally have nightmares of the amount of no's that you got. But what if I told you that you get paid and you will get paid for every no that you've ever gotten? I don't get paid today for the work that I do today. I get paid today for all the pain and all the no's that I went through 14 years ago, 13 years ago, 12 years ago, 11 years ago, 10 years ago. See, that's what you have to understand. You're going to get paid for every person that's ever told you no. You're going to get paid for every prospect that you've ever met. Every person that's ever given you the wrong number. Every person that never picked up your phone call. Every person that's ever quit on you. Every single thing that you've ever done, I promise you, you will get paid for it. You will get paid for it. You know what? That's what I used to tell myself before I would go to bed. I say, David, one day you're going to get paid for it. I would say, David, the person that you are today, they can tell that person no, but David, they won't tell the person you're going to be 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now. They won't tell that person no. They'll say yes to that person. Why? Because I was working on personal self-development every single day. Listen, the C, ladies and gentlemen, are you committed? Are you committed? And are you consistent? Now, notice, this is for the time period of 2019. All right? Are you committed and are you consistent? Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're only going to be committed to what you can see. You're only going to be committed to what you can see. You've got to be able to see the end result. That's what Alex was talking about. I keep my mind on the 5-year goal. All right? Are you committed the whole entire year of 2019? Are you going to be consistent? All right? Are you going to be consistent? Because, ladies and gentlemen, promoting for events. We've got this event coming up in Atlanta. Have you bought your ticket for the event in Atlanta? Have you bought your ticket for the Las Vegas event? Have you bought your ticket already? Because if you haven't bought your ticket, then guess what? You can't tell someone else in your group to go buy their ticket. And to multiply your business, there's no greater multiplication in your business than promoting for events and getting a massive amount of people to the big event. That is where decisions are made. That is where belief is actually created. The facts do matter, ladies and gentlemen. And these are the facts. How focused are you? How committed are you to the actions? Are you committed to your goals? And are you consistent, ladies and gentlemen? Most people are consistent at being inconsistent. You got to set the plan. All right? You got to set the plan. You got to say, okay, this is what I'm willing to do. I'm willing to show the plan 4 times a week because I'm doing this business part-time. I'm doing this. If you're doing this business part-time, all right? If you're doing this business part-time, you should be showing the plan at least 4 times a week. At least 4 times a week. If you're really serious about the business part-time, you be showing the plan 5, 6 nights a week. You go to work 9 to 5. You get off work, you go home, you have dinner. You get there at 6, you have dinner, 6, 6:30, 6:45. You've got a meeting at 7, you get there at 7:30, you do the meeting 7:30, 8:30, 9 o'clock, you're done. You go back home, 10 o'clock, you get on your personal self-development, you fall asleep, or you trade, you get back up, you go to work, you do it all over again until you can set yourself free, building the business or learning the skill of trading. Are you going to set yourself free in 2019? There's a price that you're going to have to pay, and that price is commitment. That price is going to be consistency. Do you really, really, really want this? Is it important enough to you to be committed and to be consistent? You got to ask yourself this question. Stop playing cheerleader. Stop coming to events and clapping for everybody else. We want to clap for you. Do you know why you know why people clap? They clap because you were focused. They clap because you stayed in activity mode. They clap because you were committed. They clap because you were consistent. They don't just clap for you because you just showed up and success just happened. No, you paid a price, and that's why they clap. Right? There's nothing wrong with you clapping for other people, but guess what? I would love for you to be in the crowd clapping for other people, and then you get up on stage so we can clap for you too. We want to clap for you, but what are you going to do that's worth clapping for? Why would you want to get the edification? Why would you want to get the adoration? Why would you want to get the success? Why would you want to make millions of dollars without paying the price? That means you don't know what you did. That means you can't go and repeat it. You want to know what you did. We're telling you what it is that you need to do. Okay? Alex, I want you to talk about this next one, which is time. It is going to take time. Another word for time is patience. Okay? It's patience. All right? Alex, you can kind of take that topic there. Time. How important is it for us to be patient? Now, patience doesn't mean you're not doing anything. All right? Patience means that you are remaining in a positive mental attitude while working. Okay? While working. So, Alex, if you can take that real quick, and then we'll close the call out here in a second.
You got it. And also, David, your camera went out. We can hear you, but your camera went out for the last couple minutes, but it's all good. People just said, hey, tell David to turn his camera on because we want to look at the sheet. But, when you say time to me and you say patience to me, and it's funny because you said, Alex went fast and it took him, 3-4 years to make that first million. I got involved at 21 and I did earn my first million at 24. But you got to understand, my first year, my first 12 months, I made $13,000. I would have made more money, delivering pizzas at Pizza Hut than doing network marketing. So for some of you, quote, newbies on the line, maybe this is your first year, your first company, and stuff isn't moving so fast. I mean, you heard David's story, guys. I mean, this guy was sleeping on a twin-size bed in his dad's house, in his mid-20s, not making a lot of money in network marketing. And now, David Imonitie, right? So you got to understand what I think about immediately is something called the law of process. The law of process. And it's so important because so many people, okay, you rob yourself of joy, you rob yourself of fulfillment and happiness because you compare yourself to other people's success. And this is something that, really just recently I've learned to stop doing that, right? I gotta stop doing that, right? We're always growing and learning, like Yvonne said, personal self-development, self-growth. I mean, that is a cornerstone to success in this business because there's gonna be so many days that suck and people no show and people don't pick up the phone and people quit and people leave and people call you crazy, nuts, psycho, going to jail. I mean, I can tell you that, I love what you said. You said you got to go through hell. You're not going to go through heaven to get rich, to become a millionaire. You're going to have to go through hell. And that is so spot on true. It is ridiculous. And the law of process states that success takes time. Nobody is an overnight success. So you're going to have to go through a lot of things. And, when I hear the word patient, this is like something that I learned from one of my mentors, Gary Vaynerchuk. He teaches the idea of patient aggressive or, aggressive patience. So what that means to me is that you're patient on the long-term goal. You're patient on $10,000 a month. You're patient on $500,000, right? A year. You're patient on $1 million a year, but you're aggressive every single day. You're aggressive every single day on your business. Like I was just in Arizona. I was quote there to take time off. I wound up doing an event with Christopher Derrick, Darwin Lopez, Gustavo, some of the guys in Arizona. The team is absolutely phenomenal in Phoenix. And then last night, we had dinner, we went out, we had some fun. I had a meeting at 10 a.m. in the hotel lobby. I'm going to say that I had a meeting today at 10 a.m. in the hotel lobby before I went to the airport to fly home. So what am I doing? I'm aggressive every single day. So you got to be patient on the long term, but you got to be focused. You got to be obsessed. You got to be fired up on what you need to do every single day to move your business forward. Guys, after this call, I'm getting on with our Colombia team to go over the schedule and the dates and the venue of an event in Bogota, Colombia coming up in December. So before this call, I did a team call with Christian Jukes, Joey Wilson, Matthew Thayer. Before that, we had a Spanish opportunity call with Juan Diego. So every day I'm like, yo, what can I do today? How can I be aggressive today? What can I do in the next 5 hours to move the needle forward, to move my business forward? But at the same time, one of the goals that I set out to achieve 4 years ago when I was at GoPro and I saw a man talk on stage and he talked about $1 million a month. And I said, that's my goal, $1 million a month at, $1 million a month. So I've been patient on that goal for almost half a decade, right? So you can be patient on the big, monstrous goal, but you got to be aggressive every single day. And you have to understand that the law of process, it's a law. It's not an opinionated situation. It's a law. And when you break a law, you go to jail. So you got to follow the law process, which states, one more time, that success takes time. You have to develop the skills. You have to learn how to communicate effectively. You have to learn how to do a presentation. You have to learn how to speak maybe with voice inflections and pause and talk fast and then talk slow. It takes time to develop these habits and these belief systems and the mindsets of becoming a champion in the profession of network marketing and obviously in iMarket's life. So you just got to understand that you've got to be patient and you got to do something every single day. You know, the sad fact, the sad truth is that out of the 1,000 people on this call, okay, the vast majority of you, you're not going to do a presentation in the next 7 days. You're not going to even do one presentation in the next 7 days, except you just heard, you know, the top pen owner in the company tell you, hey, you have to be constantly doing presentations. David Imonitie does home events. I do home events. Tapia still does one-on-ones. So you have got to schedule out your activity, plan your work your plan, and be consistent. Leaders like Jeff and Angela Christian, they're consistent. Leaders like Dr. Spiller, you know, he is very, very consistent. He didn't just, you know, overnight become a chairman 50, overnight become one of the top traders in the whole company. No, it takes time. But the best thing you got to understand is that, hey, we've got time on our hand. But what I can tell you is that where this company is going very, very soon, we're going to enter momentum in 2019. And everybody on this call, you have an opportunity of a lifetime to cash in on all of your hard work, all of your persistence, and start anew and go out there and just completely change your lives financially. Because guys, what we're going to do together, like David said, we're going to get this thing done. We're going to empower, we're going to enrich, and we're going to educate 1 million customers. And we need all of you to play your part and talk to more people and build a business and care about people. So David, I'm fired up and excited, man. I want to say thank you for you know, inspiring everybody tonight and also educating people tonight. The way you drew out facts, I've actually not seen that before. So I want to say thank you. I learned tonight. Here's my question. Did you take notes tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Or do you stare at a computer screen for an hour and 10 minutes? You got to take notes. I got a pen. I got a piece of paper right next to me. You got to learn from people that have what you want. David is not special. I am not special. Yvonne, Jason, Matt, and the chairman 100s, nobody is special. We're all the same. And if we can do it, so can you. So David, back to you.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Alex, being on the call. Before we close out, I definitely want to hear from Yvonne, Tapia, before we close out the call here tonight. Yvonne, we've given out so much information. What do people really need to do now, really moving forward, closing out this year, setting up for 2019, which is going to be, I believe, a tsunami of wealth is going to take place in 2019. So if you could just kind of share some closing words before we close.
Awesome. Well, yeah, it's a pleasure again being with all of you guys here, with all your superstars. I mean, reality is one of the mindsets. I remember I only went for a semester for my master's degrees in university. And the only thing I learned in all those 4 months, one teacher once said, Carlos Slim, who was then the former #1 earner in the whole world, he said he didn't like to work or hire people who have a lot of initiative but didn't finish what they started. Because people normally have a lot of initiative, but they don't finish what they start. So the key is he hired finishers. So in my mind, I remember when I was already doing MLM, back then, I was studying master because I didn't have a job. Back then, I remember when I was broke, $70,000 in debt. When every time, since then, every time in my mind, it's not, I say to myself, it's not how you start anything, it's how you finish. But I use it like anytime. Like right now, for example, Alex was talking about distractions like Thanksgiving or family time and etc. And in my mind, we're in November, I don't even know, November 17th or so, 18th. Now, in my mind, it's not how we started 2018, but it's how you're going to finish 2018, which is going to start 2019 the right way. So we're talking about facts, we're talking about focus, we're talking about actions, and we're talking about commitment, we're talking about time and patience. And guys, Atlanta, Atlanta will be the starting point for 2019 to have that tsunami of a year that right now is David posting it right now with his an amazing iPhone right now, looking for you guys to go beyond IML, go beyond. And I can tell you guys something. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But what if we finish 2018 with that ticket right there? And I'm so happy. And I always say thank you. I always have an opportunity to talk about that one person, that one sponsor that basically told me to go to that event, to that first event that made me make that big decision in my life, to have the big commitment. I wanted to change my conditions. Well, I needed to change my decisions. My decisions back in the day was to not go to events. But what happened in that time, what happened is that person, he was pushing a ticket into my face, kind of like what David was doing right now. And how much is the ticket, David? Like $50?
It's $97. Early bird is over. Early bird was $67, but now it's $97.
So it's $97, and he was pushing the ticket, which back in the day, that sponsor who was pushing on $199 ticket on me, a $200 ticket, he was pushing it on me, and I remember he used to tell me, "I'm not selling you the ticket. I'm not selling." No, he told me, "I'm selling you the ticket." He told me, "I'm selling you the ticket." But the reason why I'm selling you the ticket is because I know how much wealth in your life, how much your life is going to change if you buy the ticket. And I remember he was saying that, and in my mind I was like, what are you talking about? You're selling me a ticket. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. $199. I didn't have the money. I remember I didn't have the money, but I said, credit card, let's go. Let's use other people's money. Use the bank's money. When we went to the event, I remember after that event, I saw a person that he was making like over $300,000 a month. He was on stage with a big check, and I was just looking at him. I was like, that can't be me. And then this other person comes on stage. They were saying he was making like over $150K a month. He was getting on stage, and I remember he said, "You want to have the feeling of going to a car agency and going there and just saying, I want that car. I want with the limited edition. Just tell me here's the check. Here's a blank check. Just give it to me. I want to take it home now." And I remember listening to it. I was like, man, my mind is exploding right now. And I can tell you right now that event was in 2010. And we have gone to car agencies. We have taken cars out. We have received checks. And all of that $199 that I paid for that event was basically now being, the world has given me all those resources back now because we invested back into our mind, and our mind has helped create all of that. Now, the other thing I want to finish with, some of you guys can say, but Ivan, I've gone to so many events, man, and that event has never happened to me. Well, two things. One, what if this is your event that you were waiting for? What if this is the event that actually is going to make things happen? Because it's not the event, it's you are the event that makes it happen. But what if this is the event actually is going to make the magic happen? And the last thing, I just want to make sure you guys understand that every event is different. And me personally, I need events in my life. That's why I keep assisting to events. Alex was talking about how he did an event, a 10 a.m. meeting in the hotel today in the morning. And like, for example, and then he did calls for his team. And the same thing, because I was doing calls, Millionaire Mentorship Spanish, before this one. I was doing a call with some leaders before that one. I was doing a call with a UK leader who's launching also with us to an hour before that one. And then I was doing another call with another leader who's thinking about launching with us. So I'm going to have another call tomorrow morning with him. So why do we keep going? Why do you guys think we keep going? Because we have the gasoline from this last weekend event that we had in Mexico. And check this out, guys. David and Imonitie traveled to Mexico City to do the event. Alex Morton traveled to Mexico City to do the event. I traveled 2 hours south to do the event. What I want you guys to understand is everybody needs gasoline. Everybody needs events. I'm going to GoPro. I'm going to Date with Destiny with Tony Robbins in December. Why? Because I need the gasoline. And I'm never going to miss events in my life that I've ever qualified for, because that's what I learned from mentors. And I'm never going to miss an event that I've ever qualified for. Why? Because we want to take this to the next level. And if we're thinking that we're going to be empowering, educating, and enriching the life of 1 million people, is because we need 500 volunteers to go Sherman. Who's willing to go Sherman? Who's willing to take the step to the next level? We want you guys to have to take that step further and make the decision to go Sherman. I don't know if you live in Atlanta, if you live in Florida, if you live in California, Canada, Europe, Africa, wherever you live. I just have one thing to say. Your mind's going to expand depending where your feet are standing. And if your feet are standing on January 19 in your city, where you normally are standing in, that's the information you're going to be receiving. That's the impact you're going to be getting. That's how well you're going to be affected. But just imagine you're in January 19 in Atlanta, Georgia, seeing the event, getting impacted by the event, getting affected by the event, getting all the energy from the event. You're going to go out, and if you apply it, if you execute the information, and you give it to more people, you share it with more people, you're going to actually create fortune in your life. So I'm eager to see you guys January 19, $97 is nothing if you already are thinking that you're already a Sherman or a Sherman 100 or $1 million earner in trading, etc., etc., etc. So thank you very much, David, for having me on the call. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, brothers. See you guys soon.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Yvonne, for coming on the call tonight. Appreciate you, Alex, as well. Appreciate all of you that have actually listened in on the call tonight. Don't forget everything that you've learned. The biggest thing you want to do is just apply it right away. You know what the full price is now. Don't forget, guys, get your tickets for Atlanta. Get your tickets for Las Vegas, the international convention that's going to be taking place in March in Las Vegas. It's going to be an absolutely incredible event. We're going to set 2019 on fire. It is going to be a year of the tsunami of wealth that's going to take place, whether it's on the building side of the business and also on the trading side of the business as well. So the markets are open. Let the floodgates open this week here. I wish you guys an incredible week of business. I wish you guys an incredible week of trading in the Forex markets, in the cryptocurrency markets, guys. I celebrate each and every one of you. We'll see you next week, Sunday, on the 7-figure mentorship call. Tonight's call was the 8-figure mentorship call, but we'll be back at the 7-figure